welcome back to the Backyard Pitmasters Podcast. I'm Charlie Maverick, and I'm here with T from T-Dub Barbecue. What up, man?
What's happening? What's going on with you, man?
Nothing much, just recovering from Thanksgiving, dude. You know, it was a festive time, but boy, you know, I get exhausted being around people, even if it's your family.
Yeah, you reached that max.
Yeah, you know, some people got their max like 4 days. We were there like 8.
Woo!
Yeah. Ooh.
Man.
Talk about that a little later, but how you been, dude?
Man, been doing all right. Thanksgiving was pretty good, man. Got to see family, haven't seen in a while. Watch some football. It's pretty good, man.
Yeah. It's always the plan. Family and football. You know, you hope that there's some good games on. Luckily, there was some. It didn't turn out so well for some people, but that's always the case. But
yeah, it was a good time though.
Yeah, you know.
So I'm shocked about that Detroit and Green Bay game. I thought Detroit had that, but hey,
it is Detroit. So
it's a lot of upsets. The last 3 years have been doing pretty nicely.
Tell you like a tell Fernando when he was a Browns fan for like a couple of years, like they are who they are. I don't care if they're good for a couple of years. There's something that happens with certain teams, and maybe down the road something happens and the league was like, let's give them something. But typically, certain teams just don't get a certain point to win it.
Even with Barry Sanders?
Even with Barry Sanders. If you can't win with him,
Megatron?
Can't win with him?
See,
come on.
I'm of this thought. Like, in my eyes, you don't have to have won a Super Bowl to really be that team. But if you had like good seasons.
Oh, so you're appeasing to the Dallas Cowboy people? I mean, they had good seasons.
They don't make it to playoffs, man.
But they had good seasons.
But they might make it this year, but
I don't know.
But yeah, so I mean, Dallas has had some pretty decent teams, man. I'm not gonna front, even though I can't stand their fans, but there were some seasons where I thought they were really gonna do it, and I was just like,
laid an egg.
Who? What? Fire Jerry Jones. Fire him.
How you gonna fire him? He owned the team. He's the majority owner. He's like,
I know. Find a way. He's the problem. He's the problem.
He's always been the problem.
Yeah.
They won in spite of him in the 90s. So I'm just put that out there.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson was that outlier. But everything else, man, y'all had Hall of Fame coaches.
Yeah.
Couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
You had really good quarterbacks. You know, we laugh about Tony Romo, you know, but Tony Romo was good.
Yeah.
Until
the thing about Romo is he would have a great game and an awful game in the same game.
Because he turned it over at the last minute. You can always like clock it.
I mean, Hall of Fame quarterback in the first 3 quarters, the fourth quarter is like, who is this guy?
Dog, I mean, he ran out of gas, man.
Like, is he shaving points?
Hey, that's gonna be a lot of conversations later in the future because of all this betting. You know, the NBA got caught up. I'm waiting for that shoe to drop with football. Just saying. But we don't know. They're not gonna, I think, retroactively go back and look, but you never know.
Never know.
You never know.
Never know.
Just saying. They might go back and look at that Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl. Because, hey, look, I'm a Patriots fan. I was happy with the outcome, but I'm like, ain't no way.
Ain't no way. Dog, the whole house got quiet. We was just like, wait, did that just happen? No. Nah.
Look, I stared at the screen a good like 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, shoot, we won. Saying one day.
Yeah, waiting on it. Yep.
Yeah. So a little bit of housekeeping before we get into breaking down our cooks, because this is what we're going to do on the Backyard Pitmasters Podcast. Thank you for the Patreon people. And we are on YouTube now. If you are a subscribed member, member of the Pitmasters Perks membership, just not a follower or a subscriber, a member, you get this this content as well. So yeah, if you're on the Patreon, thank you for being on the Patreon. We're gonna give you some shout outs. And I hope you guys that watch us on YouTube with the flagship podcast, the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast, go over and hit that subscribe button or that membership button, and check out After Dark and this podcast. All right, so that's out the way. Woo. All right, so let's break down our cooks for Thanksgiving, man. There's been some activity.
Yes.
This year. I'll let you go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, so I started doing a smoked turkey for my family for Thanksgiving. Last year was my first year just to see how they would take it. I was like, let me see, man, because I don't know. I've had somebody bring up like frying the turkey, but nobody's ever said anything about smoked turkey. So I said I'm going to spring it on them.
Yeah.
They loved it. Looks like that's how I'll be doing it from now on. So I did it again this year. Now I will say, after doing it this time, I think I want to get back to my butter compound, because the very first time I did a turkey, I was trying to figure out like recipes. My aunt, she gave me her recipe, and she she was going to cancer treatment center, and she didn't know if she was going to be able to make it on time. So she got the stuff. I don't even remember how I got the stuff, but she got all the ingredients and got the turkey to me. And there was some Italian dressing, 2 bottles in there. And I'm like, I'm not using that. So I was like, I'm going to find my own recipe.
It's a good look. Don't.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean, it had to have worked because she was the one who was doing the turkey and it was good. But I was like, I'm not doing Italian dressing. Nah, I'm not doing it. So I was looking for recipes, and I found one with the butter compound. You put herbs and stuff in the butter, and then you take that and you put it underneath the skin, and then you put it on, on the outside of the skin, lemon zest, seasonings. And so I was doing it like that for years. And then one year I was like, I'm just going to put the butter on there, just season on there, make it quicker, which it doesn't, because you end up kind of working a little harder. And so this year I did the same thing, just put the butter underneath, put it on the outside as much as I could, and then some olive oil on the skin. And I was just seasoning underneath the skin. And I was like, yeah, I got to do that butter compound again, because it's just so much easier. But I put it on the Weber. And first time I did it was last year. I don't remember what size turkey I got last year, but this year I got a 22-pound turkey.
Ooh, big boy.
So, yeah, that's small for me, because I usually do like
that's crazy.
I usually do like 30, 34, somewhere around there.
Ooh,
but
man.
I haven't been able to find any. This year I saw so many, I was just like, I'm not doing one that big. But yeah, put it on there, man, and I do my coals on each side. Only because of the size of the turkey. I don't know if I put it like to the side, if I have the clearance.
Mm-hmm.
So I always put it in the middle. And that's how I smoke it. I used some apple chips. I didn't buy the chunks because I was like, I don't know if I like apple flavor yet. So I bought some chips, and I got some, some Post Oak chunks and pecan chunks. And that's pretty much what I did. I stuffed it with, I was out of garlic. Thought I had some, but celery, green peppers, onions, carrots. And I put some lemon slices in there too, because I used some lemon zest and squeezed some on the skin a little bit before I got it started. So pretty simple. The temperatures the wind was blowing, but it had like a different effect. Like the temperature was dropping. And I was like, now if I had some beef in here, it would have been skyrocketing up.
Right.
No matter how cold it was outside, it would have been going up. But now that I got this poultry on here, it's dropping down. I was like, what is going on? But I was fighting with that all day. Yeah. And then the last 30 minutes, coasting fine. 325, no problem. I was just like, yeah, it always works like this. But it turned out pretty good, man. They loved it again. Everybody was asking how I did it. The people who didn't remember last year or that didn't ask the year before. So turned out pretty good, man. That's what I'll be doing. That's one year I decide to fry one. But
Oh man, did you cook anything else?
I did not. No, I was gonna do a dessert, but we ended up. Nikki made some. Oh my gosh, some really good sweet potato pie.
Ooh,
Because we
I
didn't
did not
get
have
any.
that this year.
Yeah, we didn't get any. Almost didn't have it because somehow she thought I said that was okay. I was like, no, don't, please, like, don't ever not. Yeah, like your grandma used to make it for us. She's no longer with us, so like, I got to have that sweet potato pie.
Right.
I was going to try to do one, but nah, I didn't do nothing, man, because we went to our aunt house the next day, because we do our Thanksgiving dinner on Wednesday, my family. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
we went to her aunt house, and she had to bring some collard greens and string beans, but that was the only other thing that got cooked in this house was those sides and the pies.
Man. So what was your outside of the turkey? Because I saw the turkey, and man, that thing looked good. But you was cutting it.
Yeah, appreciate.
Yeah. So outside of the turkey, what was your favorite dish? Even though you didn't make it.
My cousin, she does some candy yams. I thought she wasn't going to bring them this year, but she did. And she cuts the potatoes like long ways.
Oh, okay.
And it's like long slices. And I don't know what, like I taste some type of citrus in there somewhere. But dog, those are the best. Yeah, candy yam. And see, I don't like when candy yams have that dark look to them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Too caramelized.
Yeah, it's just like, did you burn them up? Like,
They might have.
it's just like, what is this? I hate seeing dark. I'll still eat them, but I don't like when they're dark. But hers are nice and light, and she made those, and I would have to say that. And then my other cousin made some squash casserole.
Ooh, I haven't had that before.
Whew, really good, really good. So I would have to say, aside from the turkey, those were my favorite. And somebody, one of my cousins had a caterer bring some stuff, and that macaroni was, I was like, whoa. I was a little upset that one of my aunts didn't bring her macaroni, but after I tried that, I was like, oh, this is a good replacement.
Now, are you being nice saying this is a good replacement, or do you like that better?
I wouldn't say it's different. Cause like the catered one is like, more of an artisan, I would say, because I could taste like, I could taste like the sour cream and maybe some other stuff was in there that's a little extra. Yeah. And my aunt's is traditional.
Right.
Like, there's egg in there, yeah. So they're different. Yeah, they're different for me to say one is better, but they were neck and neck.
Did it cause you to take any naps?
I wanted to, but we started late this year. We normally eat around 5, but we decided to eat at 7 because some of my family comes from North Carolina, and it's been like last year. Two or three of them didn't even get any of the turkey because they were late and it was gone. But we had so much food this year. That's another thing. The food selection was great because the last couple of years people were doing things different and hiring caterers that really, really weren't good. But more people brought their dishes and we had so much food. Like there was some turkey left, which was shocking. But we had so much other food. Like we had fried chicken.
Oh man.
There was ham. I think that was it for the meats. But it was a lot of fried chicken and I was just like, okay, all right. But yeah, it was a good spread, man. We had a good time, man. The food made me happy this year because I've talked about those catering times where the food sucked.
Yup. I mean, just because they cater doesn't mean it's going to turn out well. I'll tell you that right now.
Exactly. Y'all just do y'all dishes, man. I know y'all want to chill and all that, but just do your dish and bring it, please.
Yeah. And if you can't, let somebody know beforehand so they can pick it up.
Right? Or
Not the
hire
last
whoever
minute.
that caterer was who brought that macaroni. Hire him again.
Right. Oh, oh, definitely. Yeah. Because the thing about Thanksgiving and maybe to a lesser extent, Christmas, you don't want to be the one that caught slipping with the bad dish. You don't want to be it because you get talked about for a good year or more,
Yeah.
depending on how bad it was.
Yeah. And then everybody asks next year, hey, who made okay, they didn't. All right, okay, cool. Give me some of that.
Well, yeah, I've seen that many times. So
Yeah.
not with my family specifically, but oh man,
It was like that in my family for a little bit, boy. I don't think she ever figured that out, but everybody was like, "Oh, she made the." Yeah, I'm pass.
hard pass.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'll get to the turkey, but beforehand, here was the plan that was supposed to happen. The in-laws were supposed to come in town, like I said on the Black Smoke podcast. They were supposed to come in town, and we were supposed to do Gator on Monday, and then the traditional stuff on Thursday. Well, there was an emergency trip that we had to make to Charleston, and plans shifted, and we almost didn't get that Gator. Thank you, FedEx. Because I woke up that Tuesday morning before we left, and I was like, yo, let me redirect this to to John's Island. And I'm like, okay, cool. Got the approval and everything. They charged my card and everything. Then when I looked on Wednesday, I was like, why is this sitting on my porch? So we didn't get the Gator that day. I talked to Fernando. I was like, how much you want this Gator, dude? He was like, yeah, YOLO. I'm like, I know what that means. So the only way we can get it was to overnight it. And man, I tell you, that overnight charge was almost as much as the Gator. Oh man. So I saw the packaging, and the packaging said 19 pounds. Well, I forgot to calculate down after it thaws out how much it's going to weigh. Because it wasn't 19, it was 11. Yeah. We were a little disappointed in the actual overall weight of it, but we never did Gator before, so we didn't know how far it was going to stretch. So since we were in South Carolina, and Fernando had one of those Pit Boss Lexingtons pellet grill, we did all we could, and we was prepping. Still did it on Monday, and we got the Gator done, and it turned out really well. So the funny thing was, we was trying to figure out what to stuff with it, and we were supposed to get some boudin, and we were looking all over town. I should have ordered it from Creole Cuisine. I should have just ordered it there, but I was rushing. So we're looking all over Charleston. Nobody had it. And when we got close to his house, I was like, man, let's just stuff it with, like, you got some canned crab meat? He's like, yeah. We got this, there's the Pepperidge Farm stuffing mix.
Yeah.
It's like pick the cornbread one up, and we were like, yeah, let's do this. So we had some chicken broth and mixed that together and put it right into the tail. I tell you, the tail is doing a Gator is pretty easy if you watch a couple of videos, because the main thing you want to do is you want to split the tail open right behind the hind feet and go until this go on both sides of the bone, and the bone is very pronounced. So
Okay.
it's easier than filleting a fish. So let your knife guide you down, and make sure you just go and pull out all that white fat. And the white fat is what actually does not render, and it makes it taste really fishy, like swampy. You don't want that. These didn't have much of that at all. It was a little bit more in the body, which they actually gutted, and if you turn it over, it's like gutted out, and it's just like the ribs and the meat on top, which is fine. It's great. So got that done, stuffed it, put it on the pellet grill, and it didn't really take that long. First of all, I brined it, and I seasoned it with the same thing. Oh, let me see if I can remember. So it was the Big Bad Byron's butt rub. That's the go-to. That was the main one. We had some Killer Hogs hot rub.
Yeah.
And we had that Heath Rouse competition rub.
Never tried that.
And the garlic butter one.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
So all 4 of them bad boys went in there. Which I did backwards. So I seasoned it up before I put it in the brine because I wanted to make sure I seasoned it appropriately. I just didn't want to just dump stuff in there. So I seasoned it all first. Then I put it in the water. It was like, why'd you do that? There's a method to my madness. Then after it brined, we took it out and I seasoned it lightly with the same seasoning because I didn't want to make it too salty. It only took about 3 hours at about 250. I went at 225 and then I raised it up to 250 because I didn't want it to cook too fast. Man, that thing turned out well. Turned out great. I still have a little bit left.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it fed everybody. It fed everybody. And people kept coming back.
And you still had some? Wow. Okay.
Yes. Now, the part with the stuffing, that went first.
Of course.
But later that evening, I pulled everything away from the body and the legs and all that stuff. And it was a pretty good amount of meat left. I still got some left. But I got another gator that was delivered here. Shout out to my neighbor for getting that thing when I called him, and he put it in his freezer till we got back. Got another one I'm going to do maybe about Christmas. But look, gator is really good if you take your time and do it right. Just like everything else. It just cook it like a big ass chicken or turkey. 165, take it off.
What would you do with the head when you were done?
I mean, the funny thing is the head kind of came off when I was taking it off the grill, but so I just placed it back to make it look good.
Hey.
So it went in the trash.
Okay.
We didn't put anything in the mouth or anything. Just worried about getting that gator tasting. So next time I'll do it a little bit more fancy. But that turned out well. The turkey, and this is gonna be a real quick one. The turkey, I took your advice. I took your advice to use the butter under the skin because I was like, how'd you get that crispy? On the Weber for all, right? You smoke the turkey, you got it crispy. I was like, how'd you do that? So I actually made a butter compound.
Smart man.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I need to season under the skin because I do that anyway. But I wanted to put the butter, so I didn't want to season it, then put the butter, and then it moves all around. And I'm like, my pet peeve is not even distribution of seasoning. That's my pet peeve. I'm like, everything need to be seasoned, right? Some people get parts of some meat, and they're like, and look, I ain't about that life. Everything should taste about the same, right? Some piece salty, some piece good. I don't know, man. No, we don't do that. So made that butter compound, put it under the skin, rubbed it on the outside because, of course, there was excess that kept coming out. And then I injected it with some Tony Chachere's, the butter Creole, and some Texas Pete because my father-in-law loves it as a hot wing turkey. So that always turns out well, by the way. That half and half combination, that turns out really well. It's not too spicy. Yeah, it's not spicy at all. You can taste the hot sauce, but it's not hot. So it just tastes great. Now, what I did, because first of all, wasn't at home, right? Didn't have the charcoal grill. Wasn't at Fernando's house. Didn't have the pellet grill. So if my father-in-law was going to make it, he was going to put it on the charbroil Big Easy, which I have too. But I don't like fooling with that thing, man. For whatever reason, it works out great, but I'm meticulous and I keep pulling stuff out, checking it, basting it, and most people don't do that. Most people just let it sit in there like they're actually frying a turkey because it's a propane powered air fryer for the most part, right?
Okay, yeah.
Most people just, you don't be pulling out the turkey out the oil and be like, yeah, is that good? And putting it back in. No. But that's one reason why I won't do that because I'm too obsessive compulsive just to let it go. So I decided to use his gas grill. Oh boy. Now we know how we talk about gas grills on the pod, and yeah, it is what it is. But I actually used your method of how you did it on the Weber because we were texting earlier that Thanksgiving day, and I turned two of the end burners on, and set that turkey right in the middle. And I was thinking it's probably going to take a few hours, but with the time gauge that you told me, I forgot that you had a double sized turkey than I had because I had like a 12-pound turkey.
Okay, yeah.
And with the injection, it probably went like the 13, 14, maybe. I don't know. But that thing cooked quick. I actually had to keep checking it. I was like, there's no way this thing is done in 2.5 hours. Ain't no way.
But yeah, bird that small, yeah.
And the wind was doing the same thing to me like it did to you. Like I had to keep adjusting the temperature gauge or the heat because the temperature was dropping the later it got in the day. And the wind was going back and forth, which was actually helping to crisp up the turkey, by the way. It actually helped really crisp up the thing. Because I was spraying it with Pam, too. I was like going in and in and in and in. But yeah, man, it turned out well. My mother-in-law and father-in-law came back from they had to go to the hospital the day before, but they came back home while I was still cooking it. And they got out the car, they were like, "Ooh, that thing look good." I was like, all right, here we go. That's all the approval I need.
Yep.
All I had to make sure that it wasn't underdone. And
I've never done anything that wasn't hot and fast on a gas grill, so to hear that you pull that off, man, it's some pretty dope stuff to me.
You know, I would say that was my first time actually doing like temperature control on a propane grill. Because, yeah, I do hot and fast too. But I kept it around 275, 300 the majority of the time. Now, I had to keep coming out there every 20 minutes because the wind and the temperature kept dropping. But I would do that anyway with a charcoal grill.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Man, that tastes good, man. So the ham, the ham real quick. This is why I won't get a pellet grill for I didn't get the spiral. I got the non-spiral shank.
Okay.
And I did my normal honey and brown sugar compound. I sliced the ham the night before Thanksgiving. And as I sliced it, of course, you got to taste some. I was like, ain't no smoke up in this bad boy at all. It just tastes salty. Like it's just like I pulled it out the pack. So I had to slice it up. Dude, here's the thing. I'm going to go on Chopped one day because I was like, I need to make a glaze. I did not have any pineapple, orange juice, and nothing. We had some honey, and we had some brown sugar. And I'm like, what am I going to... So what I did first, I was like, oh, let me do some apple juice. I'm like, nah, that's going to taste like cider. And it did. I cooked it down. I'm like, I should have known this thing was going to taste like apple cider. So I dumped that out, looked in the fridge, and my father-in-law had some pineapple preserves in there. And I'm like, aha. I boiled that down and took out the chunks, the pineapple chunks. It made a pretty good glaze. So had to chop that thing up. So everything turned out well, man. Cooking in the kitchen that you're not used to cooking in, it kind of like throws you off, or cooking on a pit that you don't normally cook on, it throws you off. But everything turned out well. Now I'll tell you which was the star of the show. The star of the show, well, outside of the collard greens, because April always makes some great collard greens. We don't even count that because that's a constant. But she made the dressing for the first time, and she worked it. She worked it, boy. She got the mother approval and everything. She had the turkey necks.
Yeah.
Pulled the turkey necks down and did all that and pulled the turkey necks and put it throughout. Man, she did her thing. And shout out to because it's just so funny that we talked about it on the Black Smoke podcast, where Brandon was talking about he was doing the fresh sage and doing like this and ran it down. We found some that was kind of like rubbed sage,
Yeah,
rather than the straight up ground ones. And that hooked it up. That hooked it up.
nice. That was the other thing that the caterer brought too. That was busting. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
When you got some good dressing, that really, because we had a relative bring some that wasn't hitting. But yeah, man. If that could be the star of the show, hey, shouts out to her, man.
Yeah. I mean, I called the star of the show. I don't know if everybody else feels.
Everybody else did too, man.
Well, it was very intimidating because she was making it for her mom because her mom was supposed to make it, but she had to go to the hospital the night before, so she was trying to do everything outside of the meat and stressing out. Cooking in the oven. We don't usually cook in, and all that stuff. But
Yeah,
hey, she tackled that thing like a champ, man.
yeah.
And I got a little square left. I'm gonna tear that up later today.
Hey, it's something about it. Like you said, you made me think about like when you have that pressure on you, you be freaking out. Like it's like it's gonna be as good, and. But I think that's what makes us rise to the occasion even more. Like the first time I did the turkey, I was freaking out because I was like, I don't want to serve people dry turkey,
Right.
like because we've had dry turkey before, not from my aunt who I took over for, but it's just like I don't want to dry turkey. I don't want to undercook it. Never done this before. You talk about freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah, that'll get you shamed in the family.
Yeah,
if
then you
mess
get that
up.
approval. It's just like, wow. Because my aunt ended up coming. And she was like, the turkey's very good. And she's like, that's your job from now on. I was like, what? And I didn't know if she was preparing me for when she wouldn't be here anymore to already, be in that role to do the turkey. So,
Hey, you are the one
yeah,
to carry the torch.
yeah. I'm trying to think how long I've been doing turkey. It's been about 15 years, maybe.
It's a very important thing, man. Like, people don't understand. Like, when you get handed off a responsibility to that, it's very. I don't know the word exactly for it, but it makes you feel great. It makes you feel like, man, what is the word I want to use? It just
like that's my job.
That's your thing. That's your role in the family in a very special occasion.
Sometimes, I get asked, are you still doing the turkey? And I'm like, yeah, Auntie told me that was my job. Like, I don't know what my other cousins do and don't bring stuff one year and don't whatever. I was told by the person who was doing it that that's my job. So until we decide otherwise, even if something happened and I can't be there, I'm going to do that turkey in advance, slice it up, seal it up, freeze it, whatever I got to do, and make sure it get there. That's how serious I am about it.
Gotta love that. Gotta love it. Yes. That stands in the family legacy, Gotta make memories, man. That's what it's all about, making memories, right? Making people happy, Give them a reason to take a good nap right after.
Right?
So I guess the next part that we'll be talking about is some other cooks that we have done.
Yes.
The purpose of this podcast is to break down the cooks. We're gonna have some people from the Black Smoke crew on here, so they have an opportunity to break down because we really don't have that opportunity on the flagship pod. And I know that we want to have something to facilitate those conversations. And this will be that. This will be that pod because this is the Backyard Pitmasters pod where we talk about everything live fire. And I guess sometimes propane.
Hey, got to do it sometimes, man. So that's what my pops got.
Hey, man, I'll say this once and I'll say it again. This is my first time using a pellet grill. Now, I'm not gonna say people don't get one. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me.
And haven't used one yet. Yeah. Now I will say, when you were telling me about the smoke, I've heard you shouldn't have to do all this, but I've heard
That's the
people
main thing. Yeah.
getting a smoke tube and putting in there too, and I'm just like, if you have to do that,
now that is the only drawback. Everything else about the pellet grill is on point, but you can't replace charcoal and wood burning. You just can't. It's science. I mean, you can every day I'll pick that over a propane grill every day. It's very convenient. It's I mean, you probably go through pellets a lot slower than even propane, in my opinion. I guess, I don't know. And it costs less to re-up on some stuff, you know. I mean, a bag which costs you about, I don't know, $18, and I think it might be an 18-pound bag. It might last you a good month, you know. Never know. What long cooks are you doing? It regulates the temperature really well. It's great. All I've had to do is just go ahead and check the temperature and baste whatever I had in there. It felt good not to worry about the fuel. However, it doesn't get the same flavor. At the end of the day, for me, I'll trade the convenience for the flavor.
Yeah.
I'll just complain all day, like, golly, I'm using all this wood in the cold. Golly, I'm burning up out here in the summer. Golly, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah. Now, that's not to deter people from getting the pellet grill. Some people will go through those additional steps to produce a close enough product. And they do have some pellets that are getting better.
Yeah,
they have charcoal pellets, too.
Yeah.
They have them that get better. They'll get you close. But nah. It ain't better than harder charcoal. For damn sure. And if you need to sear off some stuff, more than just in a small area. Pit Boss is really good about having that sear plate, that opening.
Yeah.
But you can only do like one thing, two things at a time, man. Like, you need some open area to grill with and sear off some stuff. Yeah, I gotta go with a charcoal grill. That Weber need to be in your arsenal. And I'll just leave it like that. I'm not going to be an elitist. I'll just leave it like that. So what else you got coming up, man?
I have an extra turkey now since I went back to the store to get that 22. So I don't know yet. I want to try to. I was thinking about cutting it up and maybe doing the breast separate.
Yeah.
And doing like some turkey leg quarters or something, and of course the wings, but who knows? Thinking about doing a brisket for Christmas. I got one in the freezer, so
ooh. Okay.
We'll see.
I haven't done a brisket in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Last one I did was that flat, which it was more so just to try out my heat controller. Because I was going to get a chuck roast, but the flat was cheaper than the chuck roast because it was on sale. I was like, might as well get this.
Bingo. It's a no-brainer right there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's about it. I think coming up, the chuck roast will be coming up soon.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know if I record that, but it's been a minute since I had one of those too. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I think the last chuck roast I did is I cut it into steaks. I still have like one of the cooked parts. I forget what I think it was chuck roll, or no, it wasn't a chuck roll. I forget what the outside part was. But the chuck eye, there was a mishap with that one, and that
I like
didn't make
chuck
it.
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting on that chuck eye, but something happened and had to throw that away.
Okay.
Okay, I'll real quick. I ain't gonna call no names. I'm gonna say whose fault it was. But sometimes when you put meat out to defrost, gotta be careful where you put it, because we also had like the dishwasher running, and when I woke up, I was like, "Ooh, this thing's too warm. Got to throw it."
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is. You know. I'll try to get another one, but yeah. So I'm gonna finally post that lamb video on the Black Smoke page. I'm gonna do some turkey necks and turkey legs maybe today or sometime this week. Because again, I didn't get a lot of smoke on those turkey legs.
Yeah.
And I need more smoke on them. I mean, they taste fine, but no, I need more smoke on them. Mm-mm.
Man, you know what? I have some lamb necks in the freezer too.
What?
Yeah, they had them in the store,
Right.
and I was like, I never had this before, so I bought them. You just reminded me that they're in the freezer, so we'll see. It's the package says for stews, but I'm not gonna make a stew. I just want to see how it tastes.
Maybe you should still braise it though.
Definitely, yeah, I am, yeah.
That's probably what they meant at the end of the day. You probably
Yeah.
should braise this.
Oh, you're right.
Just
That
like
is the
with turkey
yeah.
necks. Like I think I should still braise it. You know,
Yeah.
you still got to braise it a little bit.
I
I'll
like
probably put
mine
some-
with a little. Man, I'm out of it. You know what? It doesn't matter to me. Like braised, straight up smoked. That's with all parts of turkey. Well, except the breast, but
Yeah.
like the wings. Sometimes I'll hot and fast the wings and dip them in some ranch or something, and
Ooh,
boy. Blue cheese. Say,
we're getting a little hungry here. Might have to put that lemon pepper stepper on that thing. Just trying to tell you, but oh man, well, we done made you hungry enough, and we'll be back with more cooks, breaking those down. And thanks again for everybody on the Patreon, and thanks for the new members on YouTube. Hope you enjoy the content. Comment, like, share, get some people to come on and enjoy this content as well. And until next time, this is the Backyard Pitmasters Podcast, brought to you by Black Smoke Barbecue, and we are out.
peace.